All right, folks, I have another video here for you. This is India's spectacular. Sorry, sorry, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. This is. I'm sorry. I could edit this, but I have to leave it in because it is a natural reaction to India's moon landing. Apparently, okay. So India has apparently landed, a little spaceship, their little Indian spaceship on the moon. Um, I'm laughing for obvious reasons, and for many of you out there, you still believe that NASA landed on the moon 6 times, and that's fine if you want to believe that, but. Obviously, I knew this day would come, and even more of these days are coming in the near future when countries like India and other countries are going to get involved in the whole moon and space missions. And as now, NASA has the luxury of having Hollywood's half a century plus of movie making, and now we have CGI and VR, and we have so much technology that NASA is getting better and better at faking space and faking the moon landings, because that's exactly what they do. And taking hundreds of billions of dollars in taxpayers' money. So the problem is you now have other countries. Now, of course, you have China getting involved. And of course, China is a little more technologically advanced, although the Indian people have amazing technology as far as when you get into developing programs for computers and things like that. Indian people are very intelligent people. There's no doubt. They come to the United States and they out earn native-born Americans. So, that's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because India doesn't have a Hollywood. They have a Bollywood, and they don't have the kind of years of experience of faking this stuff. So, of course, their ability to fake it is going to show up like this. And so this is a video. Now, I don't know what this is, because this is what I'm assuming this is a model simulating their landing. Because I hope this part of the video, and I'll get into the other part, I hope this part is just simulating the video, because obviously they don't have any cameras on the moon to capture their landing, of course, like NASA did. So, in 1960s, late 60s, they had technology to, they left on the moon apparently to capture the little spacecraft taking off. Technology didn't exist, by the way. Anyway, so I'm going to play the video for you. You have to excuse me. It's hard not to laugh at this. I'm trying to be serious, but oh, by the way, if you buy into this shit, then you're there's no point. Go away. You can't. You're just go back to believing the bullshit. You just are not going to get it at this point. You lack the IQ to ever get it at this point. Anyway, here is the India moon landing. Let's play this video for you.
Altitude is being brought down from 800 meters, and we are nearing and approaching the lunar surface.
जी हाँ, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मॉड्यूल
People are applauding. Let us all wait to hear from the Secretary Department of Space and Chairman ISRO, Shri S. Somnath.
Taking you through the fresh images of the rover Pragya that's been released by ISRO. The rover rotates for a safer route as the rovers.
This part of the video is actually supposedly the rover on the moon. And it's being captured by supposedly a camera on top of this little spaceship here below your screen. And you'll see this little rover here. Of course, it only does a few little back and forth turns. Of course, I can't do much more than that. They probably should have sent some of the guys in the studio to push it forward, or put a string on there to pull it forward or something. But, it is what it is. Anyway, let's continue.
Rotation has been captured by its lander Vikram. ISRO tweets The rover was rotated in search of a safe route. The rotation was captured by a lander's imager. The camera that's attached to the lander Vikram has captured this rover turning strategically to a safer location. It feels as though a child is playfully frolicking in the yards of Chandramama.
Okay, and that's the part of the India moon landing. I'm sure there's some other photos and videos that are out there. And of course, apparently nobody from NASA contacted India to explain to them about, hold on one second. I want to share something with you here. So India moon mission, apparently, as you can see here, was 70. This is the estimate of what is being told. I don't know exactly how accurate this is, but apparently nobody bothered to tell India when you're faking something, you might want to look at the masters of faking the bullshit, such as NASA, and look at what they're spending on their little space fakery. Okay, so this is the so-called estimate. Again, this is what is coming off of Google, but I've heard several sources say this on TV as well. This could be wrong, but you know, if it's correct, you're talking $74 million. India's moon landing was an extraordinary frugal project. I mean, there you go, sheep. There you go, sheep. You can't get it. You can't fucking get it at this point. I can imagine how many of you fucking sheep are going to justify this. I'm sorry, excuse me, but enough of the bullshit. India's moon landing was an extraordinary frugal project. It was cheaper than the film projects such as Barbie, Oppenheimer, Avengers Endgame, or Avatar, The Way of Water, and cost roughly half the space epic Interstellar. So the movie Interstellar cost more than flying 250,000 miles to the moon, landing on the moon. Okay, that, if you can't grasp there's something very wrong here, then honestly, you need to line up because they're coming out with another vaccine just in time for Christmas. So I would line up, get your booster. And no, I never took the vaccine and never wore a mask. I'm literally a master of reading the Luciferian matrix. You could not even imagine how good I am at it. Anyway, so $74 million for this project. And let me go ahead and share another screen with you, which I want to do here. This to give you hold on a second. I want to share another screen here. Ooh, I should have did that the other way. Still learning the software. See, you're kind of dumb too. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Anyway, here's NASA. So NASA will spend $93 billion on Artemis moon program by 2025, report estimates. And NASA likely won't return astronauts. Because, see, many of you would have said, yeah, well, India did it for so frugally and for cheap because there were no people on board. Yeah. And, of course, many of you will even say this is a much bigger aspect or program than India's tiny little frugal project. And yes, but you still have to take into account $75 million to $93 billion. Nobody took the time to call the India space people and said, what the fuck are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What do you mean? What do you mean we're doing? Well, landing on the moon. I can't even do an Indian accent. What the fuck are you guys doing? 75 million. You need to go with 2 billion. Oh no, we do it frugal. We do frugal. Anyway, NASA likely won't return the astronauts to the moon until several years after 2024, the report found. I'm just giving you some figures here. This is obviously, supposedly, I'll say a bigger program. This is all fraudulent too, by the way. They're not going to the moon. Elon is not landing on Mars. Nobody's leaving this Earth. This space program is fake. Quick thing I'd like to point out to all of you, and you can attack me and call me all kinds of names. I don't really give a shit. If you buy into this, look in the mirror when you're calling someone dumb or calling someone names. That's all I can say. Anyway, NASA spending on its Artemis program aims to establish a sustainable human presence on and around the moon. That will never happen. It will all be CGI, just like it is today. It will all be fake. Nobody is ever going to live on the moon. You need to be aware of your surroundings and what this Earth really is. On top of that, let me point out something else for you guys, why I'm at it. Did you not notice the most women, nothing against women, I love women. I dated some beautiful women throughout my life, but I can tell you women are not equal as far as the ability to do what men do, especially in the most difficult atmospheres. We see that within the military when women cannot complete basic training. It's in the high 90 percentile. I think it was 94%. My figures could be a little off. Maybe it's 89, maybe it's 93. But the majority of women, out of hundreds of women, like 4 passed the program. Do you understand the most difficult atmosphere and survival of a human being would be in the ocean, at the depths of the ocean? You see that's why there's pretty much no women serving on submarines, because they can't do it. They can't handle it. There might be a few. I'd have to check into it. I'm too lazy to check into it, but it's not something women do. Also space. You think anything on this earth that's so difficult for women to do? 94%, 98%, 99% of all the difficult construction, all the difficult jobs, electrician, working on power lines, digging ditches, building buildings, are all men. Yet somehow space, which would be the most harsh, brutal environment for a human being to survive, is like candy to women. They just thrive in it. All we see is these 90 to 115 pound women all over. That's how you know it's fake. You don't even need the wires or all the fake other CGI. That's how you know it's fake. Mark my words. In the next several years, you're going to see out there on the fake space station, trans people. Absolutely. Mark my words. And it's a fucking clown show. Anyway, have a good night and subscribe. Thank you.